Hey everybody, it is the middle of day one of this year's Floral Distribution Conference. We are just about to open our exhibit show floor and we're so excited. Standing next to me is John Burk from DVFlora. DVFlora is a WFFSA wholesaler member. John, thanks for talking with me.
Yeah, Adam, thanks for having me. Yeah.
So I have a few questions. You as a wholesaler member, what benefits does being a WFFSA member bring to you? And do you have any specific instances of where WFFSA really contributed to business growth?
Yeah. No, I mean, the number one value that WFFSA provides us as a wholesaler is the opportunity to network. I think it's the number one thing is for us to connect with growers and suppliers from around the world. FDC is a great part of that. DevX is another great part of that too. It's kind of, and then on top of that, the educational portion of it. There's great educational content that WFFSA provides, and I know we're also working on other value propositions that WFFSA can add to wholesalers as well. Yeah.
And I want to talk specifically about, well, FDC, we know that's sort of our keystone event, right? But we also have DevX. And so during those events, I mean, what does that really bring in terms of networking? What kind of opportunities does that provide?
Yeah, DevX, I've been on a couple DevXs so far. I think it's an amazing experience. If anyone's out there, make sure you find out more information on DevX. The cool thing about DevX, one is just the networking in general, right? There's probably three main things. The networking is really good about DevX, just to connect on a more personal level with growers and wholesalers. The educational part of it is great too, so there's always a guest speaker, which you kind of get a little bit more in depth because it's a somewhat smaller controlled group. And then the other thing is the road trip experience. So we get to visit a grower, a wholesaler, and a retailer and kind of like see what they do in the different markets and how they operate, and some different things about maybe something that's not in your market, which was pretty neat in the experiences I've been on so far. I think it's been awesome. Yeah.
And so we know FDC is great. DevX, I actually went to my first one last year in San Francisco and it was incredible. I mean, just the amount of times you have, the opportunities you have to connect with those who are with you, and of course going on those tours, it's fun, right?
Yes, yes.
And so kind of beyond that, what would you say to a wholesaler company who maybe follows WFFSA on social media, knows who we are, but just is not quite ready to take that jump into actually becoming a member?
So yeah, I think one of the cool things that WFFSA, and currently I'm a board member as well on WFFSA, and I know we're working on a lot of those value propositions that I kind of briefly touched on earlier, but we're trying to engage wholesalers more. So we're trying to talk to wholesalers, figure out what topics are affecting their business, and how we can communicate together as a group and with growers and suppliers as well. So we have virtual roundtable discussions that we're going to do. There's one scheduled for May 13th that wholesalers can join, and then we're going to do an industry virtual roundtable in September, October. So that's just one of the things we're trying to do to engage. We're also looking at different content. Adam's done a really good job on the social media. We work on blog posts where we can continue to educate wholesalers on what's happening within the industry, and just using the network we have of experienced members of WFFSA to kind of relate that info from the grower, supplier, down to the retailer, to just help them be more educated and run their business more effectively, but using us all as a whole to kind of relay all that information and different content that's out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we know FDC is the event to be at, and of course that is a big draw for our members, but it's what happens kind of in the off season. There's a lot of exciting things coming up, and you all will see that after FDC when we have some time to get that all launched.
Yes, yeah, looking forward to it for sure.
Me as
well.
Really good things to come.
For sure.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you.